All right, it's time for another video here. I'm curious, does anybody ever wonder what it takes to build their own program, their own game, their own app? Um, I did when I first started into learning what I'm learning right now. Um, and I did a lot of research trying to figure out what it took to build my own game because I didn't like the games that were out there, or program, or app. Programs and apps mainly because so many jobs out there require you to download an app and get it to work, to check your schedule, check your pay, um, fill out applications, all kinds of stuff. And that's a lot of stuff to have to download onto your phone just to get things going for a job, not to mention keeping up with all of it and then all of the daily life stuff and everything. What if you could just build your own program or build your own app that works the way you want it to work for your lifestyle? Um, well, that's pretty much what I'm in the process of learning right now, which is not a short thing, but most of the stuff that I do um, to learn is pretty much free. If you have a computer, a laptop, a tablet, you can pretty well learn this stuff for free. There are some things and stuff that would require some help from other people or help from other sources. And if you're in school and stuff, this might help a little bit. But if you're in school learning this stuff already, you're going to learn it faster than when I'm learning it right now. Plus, you're going to get certifications for the jobs you're after. But if you are older like me, and you work or you don't work and you are trying to find a way to bring in some income or learn something new that may be useful to you in your life. I mean, computers and programs and apps are kind of a huge deal nowadays. So let's take a look and see what it would require for this. What I am currently learning right now is C++. Most of all your apps, games, programs revolve around these code languages. Code languages being something you would type into a text editor, which is what's over here on the left side, and then get that code or program or whatever to start running to get whatever you're wanting to go. I'm trying to think of any examples and stuff, but if you got any examples, leave them in the comment of something that you think would be great to have to help you with your daily life, or a new game that you have ideas for that you would like to get started up. Maybe I can point you in a direction. If you're in school and stuff, maybe it can help you with inspiration or creativity. If you have questions and you just don't know where to find the answers at and stuff, I've done a lot of this and stuff to try to find the answers for it. I am currently learning these things right now, um, and it just takes patience, time, but it can still be done no matter what. Um, so on the right here and stuff is a website. There are several websites out there like this, and they are free. They do have upgrades and stuff to where you can support the website, but for the most part, they are free. They do include a lot of ads, though, which is what is used to support these websites and keep them up to date. There are several of them. This one right here is W3 Schools, which, yes, they do have paid ways and stuff to help you out. Probably has more details in it than what I can get for free. There is also freecodecamp.org, which is supported by governments. I assume since it's an organization or some sort of free charitable thing, I'm not sure what, but and then there are other sources that I use as well. Um, so I've got a list of them. Here is the freecodecamp.org one. Then you got this right here, which this is the creator of C++. I looked into the history of that right there just to try to understand. I haven't gone through this website a lot and stuff, but there's a lot of information right here. It may be a little hard for beginners to understand. I know I haven't gone through it when I first started learning this stuff. I tried going through it and reading it and understanding it, and it was complicated for me even. Um, then you got this one right here, which I tried this out. These are books you can buy online. to kind of help you out. And there are several books on C++ or any code language, period, whatsoever out there. And they are not small, they are big. Um, and they have a lot of information, though. Probably more information than what I've so far found. Let's see here. What else is there? There is this right here, which I found this. This is another beginning game programming version, whatever, and stuff, where it has a lot of information. Table of contents, get started making a game with your first SDL app. Uh, show images on a screen with SDL. Now, I'm not sure exactly what SDL is, and I haven't looked into this website completely. But if you can take the time to read through it, maybe you can understand it. If you, I would definitely say that this is not something for beginners, though, with writing code. Something more for experienced programmers. But beginner stuff would be more like this right here, and this right here. These two are the more of beginner stuff. This one right here I found, it is more of a beginner site. It is full of a lot of ads, so you're gonna have to go into your settings and stuff, maybe turn those ads down if you want to see it without the ads interrupting you all the time. Because the entire both sides of it and stuff would be full of ads if you don't get into the settings and figure out how to slow it down. But there's several chapters here on the beginning parts of C++. And it's not just C++. If you want to create your own website, put some style into it, that requires HTML and CSS. Both those can be done with your basic text editor, which is built into any system. C++, not so much. You have to do some downloading, do some research on what you need. You need some details about your own system. I would definitely look into the research and stuff of what's required. You got how-tos. There's a lot of information on this website right here, which is very beginner friendly. Get you started. I started right here. Oh no, I'm sorry. I started right here with this right here, and it has a lot of information on getting started. And I know they've updated it quite a bit since I last looked into it. Actually, even first looked into it. They even have certifications right here that you can get. I can't say how good the certifications are, but yeah, there's dive into this right here. Give it some tries. It's pretty simple stuff to do. Um, they give you everything you need to try it out. Writing your own code. Um, challenges to fix programs, to write programs, to understand what you're doing. I can't say it has it all, but like I said, it's been a while since I've been to this website and used this website, so that's another option. Um, but yeah, in today we have so many different languages. We have the website development language, the interactive ones with Python, Java, and JavaScript. PHP, I can't remember what that is exactly here. Let me look. PHP is a powerful server-side scripting language for making dynamic and interactive web pages. You got JavaScript right here, the program language for the web. Let's see here, tutorial covers. So there's a tutorial right here somewhere. Um, each one of these at the top normally gives kind of an idea of what it is. SQL is a standard language for storing, manipulating, and retrieving data in databases. Python, popular language, programming language, used on a server to create web applications. JavaScript, or Java, sorry, Java is one of the world's most widely used programming languages. Most of them actually are. In fact, most of these languages are used for everything you probably deal with, whether it's your computer, your tablet, your laptop, your phone, even. Most of these languages there's maybe a little bit of every one of these languages in most devices these days. Some of these languages and stuff even exist in some of the technology you have at home, your TV, your radio, um, remote controls, thermostats. If you have cameras there too. And yes, you can go in and you can reprogram some of those things if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you can actually mess up the programming. But yes, most of those have built-in programs and stuff with simple tasks. HPH, what is that? HPH powerful. Let's see. Is widely used, open source, easy. Yep. Does not really say. Let's see how what is okay. HPH is an acronym for Hypertext Preprocessor. PHP is widely used. Yep. Executed on the server. So this is more server based. Let's see. And then we got the how to right here, how to create an image like this. Um, a lot of information on a W3 School right here. Multiple pages right there. And you got more information on W3 School, framework development, websites, apps, how to create. I mean, yeah. And I have no problems with W3 Schools. I think I don't know how up to date they keep it. Um, I know there's some information missing out of it, but that could be because I'm using the free part of it, not the paid part of it. If you get the paid part of it, you might get more into it. I would definitely research that before you go into it. Then you got regular C here, which is the original C programming. Actually, even before C, it was called B. And then you got C++, which is a branch off of C. It's more advanced than C. It's designed with a lot more language skills in it. And then you got C Sharp. It's kind of the same as C++. I think it was built by Microsoft, but I'm not sure. You got Bootstrap. A lot of these right here I've never looked into because learning. I've dove into HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python, Java, C, and C++. And there's a lot of information in there, and I have not gotten through any of the rest of this yet. But there's Bootstrap right there, React. Um, let's see what React. What is React? React is a front-end JavaScript library. Okay, so React was developed by Facebook software engineers, Jordan, so forth, known for React. Okay, so and there is a difference between front end and back end. Front end normally deals with stuff, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and use the comments to ask questions, correct me if I'm wrong, so forth, so on. But if I'm not mistaken, because I'm still learning this and this is my journey, I believe front end has to do with what you tend to see. Back end has to do with the um, what happens behind the scenes that you can't see. Like when you see cars traveling down the road, there's all kinds of gears and moving parts and stuff like that you don't see. You just see the car, the color, the people inside of it, maybe the wheels spinning, so forth, so on. That's the front end part that I'm assuming. Uh, let's see, what's this one right here? What is it? Is a very popular open source related database management system is what this one is apparently, but there's information on it here right describing it. Either way, the whole idea is that if you are wondering what it takes to make a program, something that can help you out in your daily life, a game maybe you want to create, something you can use it as a hobby. Some people enjoy writing programs, period. Let's see, where was I? In fact, I go back to here, there we go. This is where I left off right here. And then you got the text editors, which this is something it took me a while to figure out. So once you even learn these programs and you dive into it, get kind of find out what you like, what you don't enjoy. If you do enjoy typing and creating things, being creative, using your imagination, which is something I love doing, I was like, okay, so I'm using this right here, but how do I do it without this? How do I do it on my own? How do I? And it took me a while. First, I realized I had to um, get a text editor. And I was like, okay, what is a text editor? Well, a text editor is, in most systems have this. In fact, for Windows, which most people have, it's Notepad. Notepad. You can use Notepad to write code. Um, it's a little bit a little harder this way, but you can use it to write code. It is possible to do it. In fact, it's where we started a long time ago. Notepad was built for writing programs. Um, there was many other things that were built for writing programs, but now things have evolved quite a bit, and so now you got more advanced text editors like VS Code right here, Code Blocks, Visual Studios, etc. There's many of them. In fact, I don't really even use Notepad that much anymore. In fact, I've never really used it that much. I started learning about this stuff and everything and got into this. Um, so yeah, the first thing you're going to need to do to learn anything like this is go to either this website right here or in this website, even right here at the beginning in the tutorial in the entry right here. It tells you what C++ is, why to use C++, the difference between, and then getting started is the key right here. Getting started. It says you will need to install C++. If you want to run C++ on your own computer, you will need two things: a text editor like Notepad, VS Code, code blocks, whatever. And then you will also need a compiler to translate what you write in here going into code language. It also says you'll need an IDE, which an IDE is a notepad, but this one right here is more advanced. This is one of the ones that they mentioned on here. They have included code blocks, Eclipse, Visual Studios. This is not Visual Studios. Visual Studios actually has a purple emblem, but that looks a lot like this one. This one is actually Visual Studios Code. HTML. Intro. Let's see. Explain what is an element. Nope, nope. This is so. This is strictly to deal with web pages. Yeah. Do you need anything for it? No. You can use Notepad for this right here just fine. Uh, but a text editor, an IDE like Visual Studios or Visual Studio Code, makes it a lot easier to write the code because it color marks everything, so you can see all the different colors. Those colors are just an indication of different types, what each thing is. Like the green stands for standard or type. Uh, the orange right here is actually another type, kind of. No. Um, it is, but it isn't, because this right here stands for cout, where this right here actually is a description of something, but I'm not sure what the cout really comes from. It may be the same as this right here. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm still learning this. I'm just sharing my journey and stuff. The blue is the text and stuff that's going to pop up in a window. If I want a window to come up and stay up, in this case and stuff, most of the time it won't. But if I change this, I can add. Let's see if I'm doing this right. No. Yeah, I was trying to remember how to do this. I've done it a few times, but yeah, I think that's it right there. I think. Let's see here. So if I try to open this up or run this in its own window, no, it didn't do it. I got to look into that again. I'm still learning this stuff myself, but anyways, yeah. So I just wanted to make a quick video and stuff for anybody that's out there trying to understand what I'm talking about in a lot of sense. Like I said, use the comments, ask questions. If I can't point you in if I can't give you an answer, I can point you in the right direction. I have other sources I use and stuff, and maybe those can help out. Or even I do use Discord and stuff, so maybe a communication over Discord and stuff. Maybe I can help you out that way and stuff. But you're gonna have to reach out to me first, and I have no problems helping people out with stuff like this. So if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to. I don't ask for any of that sort of stuff. Like I said, I'm just really sharing my journey of learning this, and maybe it's helpful to other people. Maybe it's not. As far as I'm concerned, um, I'm more just trying to learn C++ myself. So. And I kind of wish when I was learning this stuff that somebody else would have kind of walked me through the steps of how to get this done, but trying to find those YouTube videos are kind of difficult. And I'm creating quite a few of them, or at least trying to anyways, so that they're out there, they're helpful and that sort of thing. So, but when I come back for my next video and stuff, this is where we left off with, not with vectors, sorry, with stacks. This is where we left off. So this is where we'll pick up in my next video, because, yeah. So until then, I'll see you then.